Hello there. This is where the fun begins.
Hey there guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we're going to be talking about a potential Obi Wan Kenobi Season 2. Let's go ahead and hop right on into it. In this video we're going to be taking a read from the direct article. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. As they read, Ewan McGregor reignites Obi Wan Kenobi Season 2 hopes with some new comments. As the article reads, since the conclusion of Obi Wan Kenobi Season 1, many Star Wars fans have clamored for a Season 2, and a new recent interview with Ewan McGregor have fueled the flames of the series' return. Obi Wan Kenobi smashed viewership figures when it premiered on Disney+. The hit series saw the long-awaited reunion between Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor, and the anticipation was palpable, with the special theatrical release that marked Disney+ history. While the show was always marketed as a limited series, however, there have been the rumors that a Season 2 is already in development, which is very much the delight to many. Now, there's a new hope for fans who can't get enough of Darth Vader's former Jedi Master. Disney Studio Awards recently released an interview with Ewan McGregor, who plays the titular character of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Hayden Christensen as well, who plays Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader in the hit series, and as well, both of them in the prequel series. And in that interview, McGregor teased that the first season may not be the last, a prospect that has many Star Wars fans excited. Actor Ewan McGregor hopes that he and Hayden Christensen will get the chance to do it again and reunite as their beloved Star Wars characters, saying that, in full quote, "I was so happy to do it again, and so happy to work with Hayden again, and I hope we get the chance to do it again," ending that quote right there. McGregor also spoke about how he loves that the gap is bridged between episodes 3 and 4, mainly because he had always joked about there being a good story to tell in that time period. In the old days, I would joke about there must be a good story to tell between episodes 3 and 4, but it's true, I always felt that there was. However, this was more than just a joke really, as McGregor did always feel that there was a story to tell and believes that Deborah Chow, who directed the series, found it and nailed it. As McGregor said, "I feel like Deborah Chow found it and absolutely nailed it. Like, just found the story that we wanted to see between the last one that we did and the first that was done in 1977. And I think it just adds to our knowledge of characters and it's satisfying for the fans." Ewan McGregor was so happy to play Obi-Wan Kenobi again, and it won't come as any surprise that this is not the first time the star has fueled the flames of a potential second season for the successful Disney Plus series. Last summer, McGregor confirmed that there are no plans yet for a sophomore season, but believed that Lucasfilm is just biding their time to announce their potential return. In really the sense that Lucasfilm is simply taking this easy, taking it slow, and letting it kind of just soak before they continue on this overall Obi-Wan Kenobi story with a Season 2 and even a Season 3. This here all being said, will McGregor return for Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2? Given the success of Obi-Wan Kenobi and McGregor's enthusiasm for his Jedi role, it could be just a matter of time until the show returns for a potential Season 2. It would honestly absolutely make sense, especially for Disney. Still, McGregor's enthusiasm could allow him to feature in other Star Wars projects, like a second season of the Ahsoka show and potential flashbacks, which premieres later this year, with Hayden Christensen strongly rumored to star in the live-action continuation of Star Wars Rebels, that there being the Ahsoka show for later this year, a part of the Mandoverse. There might be a perfect opportunity to explore Ahsoka's relationship with Obi-Wan Kenobi, especially considering how much time the pair spent together before the fan favorite of Ahsoka Tano had left the Jedi Order during the events of the Clone Wars. Whether or not Obi-Wan Kenobi gets a Season 2 is another matter. The show ended in a way many fans feel was final, with Kenobi completing his character arc and reuniting with his master of Qui-Gon Jinn as a Force ghost. The Hermit Jedi went from a broken man who had lost hope finding his will to fight again with a renewed faith in himself and within the Force. A second season would have to take the show in really a new direction. So with that being said, what kind of story could be told told in a second season of Obi Wan Kenobi? Well, for starters, this is something I have kind of poked at here on the channel a little bit here and there, but essentially my idea of it is that it would take things a little bit more slower and kind of slow things down from fighting scenes and fight sequences and lightsaber battles and even like Darth Vader appearances. The show would mostly and heavily focus on Obi-Wan Kenobi training with the Force and with Qui-Gon Jinn as a Force ghost, learning the ways of the wills of the Force essentially in an effort to become a Force ghost, something that would bridge the gap between what we do see in A New Hope and the original trilogy. Initially, it was rumored that Obi-Wan Kenobi would focus on Luke Skywalker, and given how little he featured in the first season, Season 2 could explain why Obi-Wan believes that Luke is the chosen one in Star Wars Rebels, something that was kind of a little bit of a thrown away line at that there as well. Why Kenobi really believed that Luke would be the one to bring Anakin/Darth Vader back to the light side of the Force essentially. And it could also explain Luke Skywalker's strong attachment to the old Jedi hermit. Luke has always felt that Obi-Wan was the father he never really had, as shown in numerous comics and novels. Both his loyalty to Kenobi and his desperate need for a father figure are core to the original trilogy and would better connect everything. I also feel another potential plotline that they could explore in a second season of Obi-Wan Kenobi would be young Leia and Obi-Wan. A young Princess Leia surprisingly had a lot of screen time in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show and spent a lot of time with Kenobi. However, by the time that the original trilogy rolls around and she sends a message into R2-D2 looking for help from Kenobi, the two don't really bother to acknowledge that they were having a whole mission only 8 years before the events of A New Hope in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, and not to mention the fact of when the two finally do meet again on the Death Star, they never really seem to acknowledge each other all that much. So what's the story behind that? Second season could further flesh out Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi's relationship as well, and pave the way for Luke almost succumbing to his father's fate that we see in Return of the Jedi. Equally, both of the twins, both Luke and Leia, could take a backseat, and instead it could adapt to John Jackson Miller's beloved Legends novel of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and within that sense of him just really being a hermit at that, and his daily lives and struggles, sand people, other irritating things on Tatooine such as sand. Also with the mixture and the iteration of him potentially training with Force Ghost Qui-Gon Jinn to become a Force Ghost himself that we later see in the original trilogy. And while the John Jackson Miller's novel of Kenobi tells a story of the earlier days of Obi-Wan's exile on Tatooine after the events of Revenge of the Sith, readers will know that there is plenty of room to adapt to it into being set later than this, with only some minor tweaks to the story really. Now from there, that is where the article concludes, and as I had mentioned at the beginning of this video, I have this article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. And Obi-Wan Kenobi is something that everybody wants. The actors, the cast and crew that had worked here on this overall project, the writers that had worked on the Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus show. Really the only person that doesn't really want to return to this project that had vocalized this and had mentioned this would be the director Deborah Chow, which to be completely fair is a replaceable thing. Not to mention that there are plenty of other talented directors that have a creative vision for this overall story. So that all being said, do you want there to be an Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2? Do you think there needs to be an Obi-Wan Kenobi season? And what would you want to see in an Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2? I would love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. May the Force be with you as always. Have a great one, guys. Peace out.